Legendary trombone player George Masso was once quoted as saying, "Bobby Hackett is Rhode Island jazz." That's high praise for a coronet player who started out on the violin and guitar, but made his name as an international jazz musician who ranked right up there with the likes of Louis Armstrong and Bix Beiderbecke. In fact, Hackett was briefly known as the New Bix, but quickly developed his own style. Born in Providence, Rhode Island in 1915, Bobby Hackett was one of 9 children. As a child prodigy, Bobby not only played the coronet, guitar, and violin, he also played piano, ukulele, and banjo. Bobby knew he wanted to be a jazz musician from an early age. He left Providence's Central High in his freshman year to play professionally. Bobby moved to New York in 1937 and had success almost immediately. He played Dixieland jazz with Joe Marsala and played in Benny Goodman's band for their legendary Carnegie Hall concert of 1938. While playing lead trumpet in the Vic Schoen Orchestra, he backed up the popular Andrews Sisters and can be heard on some of their most remembered recordings. By 1939, Bobby was leading his own big band. He recorded with jazz greats Eddie Condon and Jack Teagarden, and joined the Glenn Miller Orchestra in the early 1940s, where he recorded one of his most admired solos on String of Pearls. He was part of the Casa Loma Orchestra and then settled into a role as an in-demand studio musician. He became quick friends with one of his idols, Louis Armstrong, and was an integral part of Armstrong's famous 1947 Town Hall concert. A favorite of jazz vocalists, Bobby played and recorded with not only Armstrong, but Billie Holiday, Lee Wiley, Maxine Sullivan, and Frank Sinatra. In 1942, the film Orchestra Wives featured the Glenn Miller Orchestra, with Bobby playing the guitar player in the band next to a then-unknown character actor named Jackie Gleason on bass. Years later, Gleason featured Bobby in his wildly popular Mood LPs in the 1950s. Over the next decade, he would record 6 Mood albums for Gleason, and this led to him signing a multi-album contract with Capitol Records. Hackett was a featured player at the first Newport Jazz Festival in 1954. He later formed his own quartet that included pianist and fellow Rhode Islander Dave McKenna. In the 1960s, he toured with the likes of Tony Bennett, and in the 1970s performed with Dizzy Gillespie. He continued to tour, playing with smaller combos and visiting family and friends in Rhode Island frequently. Bobby Hackett died of a heart attack in 1976 and is buried near his beloved summer home on Cape Cod.